A regular canon series, Dragon Ball, has its own story that we all know, and there is not too much room to put our ideas and imagination in that story. However, there are series that are not directly related to the original series. That is, series that were created thanks to the fans of the series. An example of how these stories work is to take the characters that exist in Dragon Ball and based on the wishes of the fans and their ideas, the heroes and characters of the series are given new abilities, and they are also put in new and interesting situations. And that's how we got series like GT and Heroes. Now, there is Goku's and Vegeta's form from GT, which has become very popular. It is called Super Saiyan 4. This is where Goku and Vegeta become similar to Ozaro form. That is, the transformation that they receive at birth. All Saiyans who have a monkey-like tail possess the Oozaru form, but they cannot activate it whenever they want, but only in moments where the light is very strong and resembles moonlight. They turn into huge gorillas 50 to 20 meters tall, which is about 50 feet tall, and their power increases by so many times. Some of the abilities of Ozaro form is to shoot energy waves through the mouth and to be abnormally strong. Precisely because these gorillas are, again, 50 to 20 meters tall, obviously they will be strong. At first glance, it's all great and it seems that Ozaro form is very strong and that there are no flaws. But that's of course not true. The first downside is that when their tails are cut off, they automatically transfer back into their old bodies and no longer can grow new ones, which makes it really hard for them to transfer back into gorillas. Also, another flaw with this transformation is that some Saiyans cannot immediately establish control over this form. Goku is an example of this. Almost all Dragon Ball fans know that Goku killed his grandfather Gohan by mistake, or the grandfather who found him when he landed on the planet. Goku knew nothing about that power. Goku was not familiar with it, because no one on the planet knew about the Saiyans until then, except God Call, of course. So, one evening while Goku and Grandpa Gohan were sleeping, it was a full moon. Goku woke up and, still half awake, half asleep, walked outside where the moonlight shone. And since then, he doesn't remember anything. Waking up in the morning, he saw his grandfather Gohan lying dead. Goku wondered why he didn't remember anything, why he wasn't aware of anything around him. Well, because he didn't know how to control the transformation, he couldn't really remember anything. The next time Goku transformed was when he was kidnapped by Pilaf. When this transformation was done, the young Goku, who was in unconscious state in that form of large gorilla, was quickly cut off his tail. And since then, Goku has not turned into a gorilla. Goku quickly came to terms with the fact that he had lost his tail and certainly lost that ability to turn into grade 8. Let's talk about Vegeta real quick. He managed to transform into grade 8 when he arrived on Earth. And then we saw for the first time how dangerous this transformation can be for others. Because if someone knows how to use it very well, they can use it and grow into a great threat for Earth. Of course, it's nothing compared, for example, to Beerus, but again, it's really strong. And you have to admit that the way Vegeta made the fake light to help him transform was very impressive for the first time. Casting light like a sun, he began to transform. There are also informations about how Broly was born differently from other Saiyans. He does not transform into grade 8, but manages to absorb all the power from the transformation in his form, without transferring himself. That's why Broly as a baby had over 10,000 level of power, which even King Vegeta didn't have that, and he was the strongest. But let's go back to Goku. Goku in GT Saga turned into Golden Grade 8, and that transformation was very destructive and powerful. The earth was breaking beneath him, lightning was shining everywhere. Something like the first time Super Saiyan only 5 times stronger. And that Great Ape had a yellow color, because Goku was then able to transform into a Super Saiyan. After a few more transformations that became better and stronger over the time, because Goku could control them, Goku changed a little bit. He became pretentious and behaved as if no one could do anything to him, which he has reason for, because the last couple of transformations could be compared to Super Saiyan God, because they are somewhere in terms of strength, which is really impressive. And now that we see how strong these transformations actually were, let's see something that is even more impressive. What would happen if Goku turned into a perfect Ozaro in an empty world? Let's say that Goku grew a tail again and somehow ended up on an empty planet. On a planet similar to the one where Vegeta first transformed into a Super Saiyan. On a planet where there is nothing and where there is only stone and wasteland. Goku stays on such a planet to perfect his Ultra Instinct. As he trains and trains more and more, he realizes that he needs help with his training. He calls Whis and Beerus to help him with training. When Beerus and Whis arrive, they immediately recognize Goku's tail and ask him how it grew back. Then Goku replies that he doesn't know from where and that he doesn't care. Overseeing the training of Beerus and Goku, Whis follows their every step and movement and corrects Goku. This gets interesting for Beerus as he fights at 75% of power and Goku manages to match him again. Barely, but he succeeds. The fight lasted a long time, but in the end they got tired and hungry, so they started eating. After that, Beerus fell asleep. His nap lasted 2 months. Goku realized that he can't wake him up because maybe in that fury and rage that he woke him up, he will destroy him. In the meantime, Whis asked Goku, "What should we try to make you stronger in Great Ape form?" Goku, confused, asks Whis, "How is it even possible?" Whis explained to him and said that he is much stronger now and that he is almost on the threshold of perfect Ultra Instinct. Whis explained to him to try to transform into a form that is not yet perfect Ultra Instinct. Goku, having managed to do that, asks Whis, "What now?" And Whis, creating a false light, made Goku begin to transform into a Great Ape form. But before he began to transform into Great Ape, Whis absorbed his transformation into a normal Saiyan body, so that he would not grow into a giant gorilla. The earth began to shake so much that even sky began to twist. The stars started to shoot. Beerus woke up because Goku started to become a perfect Ozaro. Such a level of strength and power began to capture other universes as well. Even Hit felt the strength, Jiren, and even Zen. Goku transformed into his normal body, and similar to Super Saiyan 4, except he didn't look like a gorilla with a little visible chest. He was already all hairy and his hair was white, pure white. That pure white color was due to his Ultra Instinct form. He achieved perfect and Ultra Instinct and amazing form. Beerus, seeing this, bowed to the ground to Goku, realizing that he is a fighter that no one can surpass. In one charging of his energy to see his strength, Goku made the galaxies shake. Instantly, Zeno appeared next to him to see with his own eyes that incredible power. And he proposed the tournament of power to be held again, to see how powerful Goku really is.